Proof that human innovation peaked at the spork and went downhill fast. 1. The Pet Rock, 1975. Because apparently what America needed in the 70s was a rock with a business plan. Gary Dahl, a marketing genius or a certified lunatic depending on how you look at it, sold literal stones as pets. Each came in a cardboard box with air holes, a nest of straw, and a 32-page training manual. Commands included sit, stay, and roll over, all of which the rock nailed flawlessly. He sold 1.5 million of them in 6 months, proving that with good packaging and worse judgment, you can sell absolutely anything. The punchline? He became a millionaire for selling something every kid could have picked up from their driveway for free. Somewhere out there, a geologist is still crying. 2. The Flowbee Haircutting Vacuum, 1988. It was the late 80s. Big hair, bigger ideas. The Flowbee promised salon-quality cuts by connecting scissors to a vacuum cleaner. Because when you think precision grooming, you obviously think Hoover on your scalp. The infomercials showed smiling families vacuuming each other's heads like it was the future of hygiene and hair care. In reality, it was a whirring machine that left you looking like you lost a fight with a lawnmower. Yet, unbelievably, it sold millions. Even George Clooney swears by it. If the apocalypse comes, the Flowbee will survive, along with cockroaches and that one guy still cutting his hair in the garage. 3. The USB Pet Rock, 2006. 3 decades after humanity learned nothing from the original, someone rebooted the pet rock for the tech age, the USB Pet Rock. You plug it into your computer, and it does absolutely nothing. No lights, no data transfer, no function, just a rock with a USB cord sticking out of it like an existential joke about consumerism. It sold for $9.99, and people still bought it. The product description bragged, compatible with Windows, Mac, and Linux, as if a rock cared. It's the perfect metaphor for the modern workplace. Plugged in, overpriced, and completely useless. 4. The iPotty, 2013. At some point, someone in a boardroom said, "You know what toddlers need? Wi-Fi." The iPotty was a bright orange training toilet with an iPad stand attached, letting kids watch videos while learning to aim. Because apparently, the only thing missing from the potty training process was screen time and parental shame. The product's pitch: turn potty time into learning time. Translation: let's condition your child to never pee without watching Netflix. Critics called it dystopian, pediatricians begged parents to stop, and Apple probably wanted no association whatsoever. Yet it still sold thousands, proving that modern parenting has officially entered its toilet tech era. Imagine being that kid in 20 years trying to explain to your therapist that your first memories of independence involved Paw Patrol and an iPad docked to a plastic toilet. That's not childhood. That's early-stage Silicon Valley conditioning. 5. The Motorized Ice Cream Cone, 1999. Invented for those who find rotating their wrist too exhausting, this battery-powered marvel spins the ice cream for you. You just hold your tongue still while it does the work, basically turning dessert into a lick-powered carousel of regret. Advertised as fun for kids and lazy adults, it was the perfect product for the golden age of unnecessary gadgets. Of course, it didn't consider what happens when the ice cream melts, which it does, sending sticky sugar spray across your face like a dairy-based lawn sprinkler. Reviews described it as a fun way to question your life choices. It sold briefly before vanishing, likely buried next to other technological low points like the Shake Weight and Crystal Pepsi. Somewhere, an engineer proudly holds a patent that says, "Device for spinning frozen treats," and wonders why NASA hasn't called. 6. The Banana Slicer, 2012. The Hutzler 571. Banana Slicer became a viral sensation for all the wrong reasons. Marketed as the future of fruit preparation, it looked like a yellow piece of plastic that did exactly one thing: cut a banana into slices. The Amazon reviews were legendary. One user wrote, "Finally, no more dangerous knives for my morning banana." Another said, "It saved my marriage." The product's absurdity became internet folklore. Its biggest flaw? Bananas aren't one size fits all, so half the time the slicer didn't even line up with the fruit. You'd think someone would notice before mass production, but no, it still sold out multiple times. Humanity once built the pyramids and split the atom. Now, we need a special tool to handle soft fruit. If aliens ever check our purchase history, they'll leave immediately. 7. The Diet Water, 2004. Yes, diet water. A Japanese company released a beverage that proudly claimed to contain 0 calories, as if that wasn't already the default setting for water. The label promised fat-burning enzymes and metabolic activation, which roughly translates to lies in a bottle. It was priced higher than normal water, because apparently removing imaginary calories costs extra. Consumers actually bought it, proving that marketing can override biology. It even spawned imitations: oxygen water, vitamin water light, and other forms of bottled nonsense. Somewhere, a scientist wept into their lab coat as people paid for less of something that's already nothing. The concept could only have been born in an era where bottled water outsold soda. The message was clear: you can't fix stupid thirst. A8. The Shake Weight, 2009. Ah yes, the fitness product that turned late-night TV into accidental comedy gold. The Shake Weight promised toned arms in 6 minutes a day by having you, well, shake a dumbbell that looked like it belonged in an R-rated blooper reel. Its commercial became an instant meme. 6 minutes of awkward eye contact and questionable physics. Somehow, it sold over 4 million units. People bought it earnestly. The result? Arms may be slightly firmer, dignity permanently gone. Fitness experts called it ineffective, comedians called it a goldmine, and late-night hosts built entire sketches around its unique motion. It was the perfect storm of marketing stupidity and physical comedy. Only in America could a vibrating tube become both a best-selling fitness tool and a universal punchline. 9. The Fishwalker, 1999. Somewhere, someone looked at their goldfish and thought, "You deserve to see the world." Thus, the Fishwalker was born. A portable, water-filled bubble with a handle so you could walk your pet fish like a dog. The ad showed happy owners strolling through parks while their fish looked perpetually horrified. It was marketed as an enriching outdoor experience for aquatic companions, which is marketing code for completely unnecessary oxygen deprivation. The manual actually warned against keeping your fish outside for too long, but by then it was too late, both for the fish and the dignity of anyone using it. The company behind it proudly declared it revolutionary. It was, in the sense that it revolutionized how far people would go to prove they loved their pets. A few years later, they tried releasing a hamster swim tank. It went about as well as you'd imagine. 10. The Canned Air, 2014. China's smog problem inspired one Canadian entrepreneur to sell literal cans of fresh mountain air, and people bought them at $30 apiece. Each can promised up to 160 breaths of pure, unpolluted oxygen. It quickly became a luxury product for the rich who wanted to cosplay breathing. The marketing was peak satire, from the Rocky Mountains to your lungs. Reporters even caught people sniffing cans at outdoor markets like they were testing perfume. Sure, it made sense for dystopian humor, but this was real commerce. The worst part? It worked. The company made millions. Humanity had officially come full circle, from inventing air pollution to monetizing its absence. Somewhere, nature is billing us for overtime. 11. The Dogbrella, 2012. Dog owners love to pamper their pups, but this invention crossed into meteorological madness. The Dogbrella was an umbrella for dogs that attached to their leash, forming a tiny canopy over their head during rain. The problem? Dogs move, constantly. So within seconds, the umbrella spun like a propeller, while the dog got soaked anyway. The marketing photo showed a pristine poodle standing elegantly under its personal dome, while real-life users got tangled in plastic and wet fur. Reviews were brutal. "It scared my dog more than the thunder." One owner wrote, "I now walk my umbrella instead of my dog." It sold surprisingly well among pet influencers, because nothing says true love like confusing your dachshund into a panic spiral. 12. The Euro Club, 2008. For golfers who refuse to abandon their round for basic bodily functions, someone invented the Euro Club, a hollow golf club designed for discreet urination. Yes, it came with a privacy towel and a cap for spill prevention. The infomercial showed men casually turning away from their buddies mid-course to take the shot. It was pitched as the ultimate convenience for serious golfers, though you'd have to be insanely serious to risk explaining that to a course marshal. It became infamous on late-night TV and even landed on Shark Tank, where investors politely pretended to take it seriously. The best review online? Works fine, just don't forget which club you used. Somewhere, there's a golfer carrying around $200 worth of regret and one very suspicious-looking putter. 13. The Cat Translator Collar, 2013. This Japanese invention promised to translate your cat's meows into human language. Spoiler, it didn't. The device recorded your cat's noises and played pre-recorded phrases like, "I'm hungry," "I'm angry," or "leave me alone," which, let's face it, covers 100% of cat communication anyway. It was marketed as a scientific breakthrough in cross-species understanding, but functioned more like a $120 noisemaker for gullible pet owners. Cats, of course, didn't care. One viral review summed it up. "My cat meowed, the collar said, 'I love you,' and then he bit me." The product disappeared within a year, probably due to too many angry returns and claw marks. Still, it's comforting to know that even in the 21st century, humanity continues to invest time and money into being rejected by cats in new, innovative ways. 14. The Dehydrated Water, 1970s, revived in 2015. The instructions on the can said it all. Just add water. That's right. Dehydrated water was a novelty product that sold millions, purely because people thought it was real. The can contained nothing but air, labeled as a life-saving emergency supply. It started as a military joke in the 70s, but someone revived it decades later and started selling it online. It instantly became a gag gift hit, mostly purchased by people for their gullible friends or themselves. The packaging even listed 0 calories and gluten-free as selling points. Because apparently, we needed reassurance that our imaginary water wouldn't affect our imaginary diet. It's the perfect symbol of consumer culture. All packaging, no substance, and a whole lot of people who didn't get the joke. 15. The Wearable Towel, 2009. Infomercial history hit a new low with the wearable towel, essentially a bath towel with 3 holes for your head and arms, proudly advertised as the first towel you can wear without any fasteners. You could also achieve this by holding a towel. The commercial showed people strutting around like they'd just invented clothing. The slogan, "It's not a poncho, it's not a robe, it's the wearable towel," which was a polite way of saying, it's a cult uniform for people who gave up. Still, it became a late-night sensation, selling tens of thousands. Because when America's greatest minds combined laziness with terry cloth, they created a product that answered a question no one asked. What if I wore my shame like a towel? 16. The DVD Rewinder, 2003. Back when DVDs were the cutting edge of home entertainment, one company decided that people might miss the ritual of rewinding tapes. Enter the DVD Rewinder, a sleek motorized device that promised to rewind your DVDs for optimal playback. For anyone still processing that, DVDs don't rewind. They're digital. There's no tape, no spooling, just pure marketing madness. Yet the device came in a box that looked suspiciously legit, complete with LED lights and a whirring sound for authenticity. Customers actually bought it, probably to avoid feeling stupid for not understanding how DVDs work. Irony at its finest. The best part? The instruction manual warned users not to overwind. It was satire that escaped the lab and became capitalism. If aliens ever want to know how the human race lost control, show them a $29.99 plastic box designed to rewind a format that never needed rewinding. 17. The Baby Mop Onesie, 2012. The Baby Mop Onesie was pitched as a way to turn your crawling infant into a living Roomba. The concept was simple and horrifying, a baby outfit with mop pads sewn onto the arms and legs. So as your kid crawled, they'd clean your floors. The product video showed smiling parents drinking coffee while their child scrubbed away like a pint-sized janitor. The company swore it was educational, teaching babies about the value of hard work. Translation: we've run out of parenting ideas. Critics called it lazy, others called it brilliant. Either way, it made international headlines and became a meme overnight. Of course, no one mentioned the hygiene nightmare of dragging a drooling baby through the same dust bunnies as your dog. But hey, who needs dignity when your infant can help with chores? 18. The Butter Stick, 2010. Someone decided butter was too complicated. Thus, Japan blessed the world with the butter stick. Butter in a glue stick tube. You'd twist the bottom and smear it directly onto toast like Elmer's on a carb. It was meant to be convenient, but instead, it looked like you were doing arts and crafts on your breakfast. The packaging promised less mess, though anyone who tried it described the opposite, an oily, waxy disaster that made your kitchen smell like regret. Still, it became a viral novelty item, because humans can't resist turning food into office supplies. The saddest part? It actually worked okay, but no one could take it seriously. It's hard to look refined when you're buttering pancakes with the same motion used for deodorant. Humanity, meet your cholesterol glue gun. 19. The Ostrich Pillow, 2013. The ostrich pillow looked like an alien helmet designed for naps. A bulbous, padded sack you'd shove your entire head into, complete with breathing holes. It promised comfort anywhere, from the office to airplanes. What it actually provided was instant public humiliation. People looked like they were trying to smuggle a small marshmallow creature on their head. The creators called it a revolution in napping. Commuters called it a wearable panic attack. You couldn't see, you couldn't hear, and you definitely couldn't breathe right. But you could drool in peace. Despite the ridicule, it raised over $200,000 on Kickstarter, proving the internet will fund anything if it looks ridiculous enough. It's still sold today, meaning somewhere, right now, someone is power napping inside a fabric head marshmallow and wondering where their life went wrong. 20. The Hair in a Can, 1980s. The 80s were an era of excess. Big music, big cars, and even bigger hair. Enter hair in a can, the spray-on miracle that promised instant coverage for bald spots. The commercials were mesmerizing. Men spraying their scalps like graffiti artists, instantly transforming from tax accountant to TV anchorman. The result looked good from 6 feet away, but up close? It was basically powdered shoe polish and lies. Sweat, rain, or a stiff breeze could ruin the illusion instantly, turning users into abstract art. Still, it became a pop culture punchline and sold millions before disappearing under a mountain of dry cleaning bills. It's proof that in the 80s, anything aerosolized could be marketed as innovation. The slogan might as well have been, "It's not a hairstyle, it's a hostage situation for your scalp." 21. The Thigh Master, 1991. Before influencers, there was Suzanne Summers and the Thigh Master, a metal spring shaped like the world's most judgmental pretzel. Marketed as the ultimate at-home workout tool, it promised to tone, firm, and sculpt your thighs with just a few squeezes a day. The commercials showed Summers smiling effortlessly, while real users looked like they were battling a metal snake. It squeaked, pinched, and occasionally launched itself across the room like a rejected transformer. Yet, it sold over 10 million units. Why? Because it tapped into America's favorite fantasy, getting fit without standing up. To this day, the Thigh Master remains iconic, part fitness gear, part comedy relic. It didn't just tone thighs, it strengthened one of the most powerful forces in human history, false hope, beautifully packaged in teal plastic. 22. The Finger Toothbrush, 2005. When normal toothbrushes became too mainstream, someone decided that what dental hygiene really needed was intimacy. The finger toothbrush was a rubber thimble you slipped over your finger, allowing you to personally connect with your teeth while scrubbing them like grout in a shower tile. The pitch? Total control and precision. The reality? Minty slobber all over your hand and a front row seat to your own bad decisions. Dentists hated it. Parents bought it for kids. And everyone agreed it looked disturbingly like medical equipment you'd rather not explain to TSA. The product's greatest flaw was simple. Fingers don't have bristles. So instead of a bright smile, users got sore gums and sticky fingers. Somewhere, a marketing executive genuinely wrote the phrase, "Feel closer to your mouth than ever before," and was probably promoted for it. 23. The Anti-Eating Face Mask, 1980s. Weight loss inventions have produced some of humanity's lowest points, but the anti-eating face mask might take the cake, or rather, forcibly prevent you from having it. This medieval-looking contraption strapped around your head and locked your jaw shut so you physically couldn't eat. The inventor claimed it encouraged portion control. Critics called it dieting via kidnapping. It looked like something designed by a dentist with unresolved trauma. The product even came with a tiny padlock to ensure commitment, because nothing says healthy relationship with food like requiring a key to open your mouth. Thankfully, it was pulled from the market after people realized there's a fine line between dieting and mechanical torture. Still, it remains a haunting symbol of the fitness industry's greatest lie, that suffering just needs better branding. 24. The portable Sauna Pants, 1978. Why go to a spa when you can sweat in your living room? The Sauna Pants promised instant weight loss through targeted heat zones. In reality, they were bright orange, inflatable vinyl shorts that plugged into a wall outlet. Yes, you literally wore a heating device around your butt. The ad showed smiling people sweating their way to beauty, while the fine print quietly warned about possible melting hazards. One unlucky reviewer said it best: "I lost 2 pounds and most of my dignity." The pants claimed to melt fat, but mostly melted patience and occasionally carpets. They disappeared after a wave of burns and lawsuits, but not before selling thousands. Because nothing sells like the illusion of easy fitness, especially when it comes with a free side of mild electrocution. 25. The Snuggie, 2008. Ah, the Snuggie, the blanket with sleeves that turned America into a nation of backward monks. Marketed as the Freedom Blanket, it promised warmth and convenience, because apparently regular blankets had been holding us hostage for centuries. The commercials showed families reading, knitting, and cheering at football games while wrapped in identical fleece cocoons. It was equal parts cozy and cult-like. The absurdity only made it more popular, over 30 million sold. Late-night comedians mocked it, Halloween costumes were made out of it, and yet everyone secretly owned one. It was the perfect product for a generation that wanted comfort, irony, and the ability to snack without moving. In a way, the Snuggie wasn't dumb. It was prophecy. It predicted a world where people spend entire weekends on the couch, proudly draped in functional laziness. 26. The Selfie Toaster, 2014. Because who wouldn't want to start their day by biting into their own face? The Selfie Toaster was a real, functioning toaster that burned your portrait onto a slice of bread. You'd upload your photo, the company would laser cut a metal stencil, and voila, narcissism served warm with butter. It was marketed as the breakfast revolution, though it felt more like a cry for help from the digital age. The product sold out during the early Instagram boom, because apparently people wanted to turn breakfast into performance art. Critics called it the most unnecessary invention since edible underwear. Still, it found its audience: influencers and grandmas who wanted to give their grandchildren something truly unforgettable. Imagine explaining to a guest why your kitchen smells like toast and self-absorption. Deliciously tragic. 27. The USB Toast Hand Warmers, 2011. Straight from Japan's endless vault of adorable absurdity came the USB Toast Hand Warmers. Fluffy, smiling, toast-shaped mittens that plugged into your computer to keep your hands warm. The product promised comfort for long work hours, though typing with them on was physically impossible. The photos showed cozy office workers beaming while their co-workers stared in confusion. The warmers heated up fast, too fast. Many users reported nearly cooking their hands inside what looked like a breakfast-themed oven mitt. But who needs circulation when you've got kawaii aesthetics? They became a viral holiday gift and a cautionary tale of technology's greatest contradiction. We'll spend $40 on something that solves a problem it immediately creates. It's not just dumb, it's poetic. Humanity's dumbest products prove one truth: we'll buy anything but common sense.